already know it's your boy Jay Saint, Crenglish Podcast. Your boy Jay.
Kev, Tutti Frutti.
Amen. Today, listen, we have a phenomenal guest. Listen, he doesn't need an introduction, but I got to give it to you anyways. Huh. This man is, listen, he has all the licenses. He about 25 licenses, I believe.
And now 26 now.
26 licenses, man. Stop. Don't play with him. He got 26 licenses. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Jeff, okay? Hey. When you hear Dr. Jeff, this man is beyond a lot of, he helped a lot of different people, celebrity therapists. Of course, you can know Rocker Management. You got Rocker Health, Rocker Foundation, right?
Yeah.
Everything Rocker, man. Dr. Jeff, celebrity therapist. What's up, man?
Hey, it's all about building a legacy, man. I'm trying to show the way.
Yes, sir.
About paving the way for others.
As you should. Listen, man, we can't talk about Crenglish. You know, talking about Napali Creole. We talking about Zoes and we can't be in the sky yamming. You heard?
Bro, located in South Florida, baby.
You know the vibes.
Skyrise, baby.
Like our fat.
Let's get it.
We here.
Yeah. So listen, we about to get into a lot of different things, man. This episode is really about therapy and culture, but I want to go ahead and say it's brought to you by fanfavesmerch.com. Of course, you go ahead and fanfavesmerch.com if you want to get merch. If you're a fan of Taya Cooper, Lady London, Black Dada, I don't know, Joey Duet Filet, I don't know, Rudy Rude Boy, something, you want to go ahead and go to fanfavesmerch.com. If it's not there, you can go hit customize it. They'll be able to get that for you. We actually have Crenglish Podcast merch on the way on the site as well, so stay tuned, it's coming. But yeah, fanfavesmerch.com. Who's our other sponsor?
Hey, Jay, don't forget our sponsors, bro.
Who's the other sponsor we got?
We got,
You can't say, don't forget the sponsors and not remember the sponsors now.
That figgy's neck. He's supposed to know it because he need it. It's for accents, y'all.
Shout out to the sponsors, man.
Bold Voice.
No sponsor, man.
Bold Voice.
Bold Voice. For anybody that have language barriers and accent problems like me, yes.
No, but listen, Bold Voice is definitely dope. Bold Voice is basically an AI-generated service where you can go on the app. There's a free trial. You can try it out. So if you're Haitian, Dominican, Venezuelan, whatever you are, go ahead and try that out. It's Bold Voice. And then, of course, you'll be able to get all the specials on this free trial. It'll help you with your accent, help you enunciate your words. But today, we're going to dive in, man, about really therapy in the community. And I feel like how it can impact the community really. We'll talk about like the Haitian immigration families, how it's not really talked about, man. I feel like therapy is not talked about. You don't hear your Haitian like really say I love you like that. They don't say I'm sorry. Haitian parents don't do that. Island parents don't do that. I mean, I feel like therapy is important. I think right now more than ever, I think the state of the mind of human race right now is very important. Of this therapy is important, man. I don't care if you're Haitian, if you whatever culture. I think it's important. I mean. That's my thought on it. I mean, we gotta dive into that.
No, I look forward to it. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, man. The first segment I want to talk about really is your upbringing and your journey into therapy. Let's start there.
Shit. Where it started from? So listen, I'm born and raised in Miami. By the way, NMB, stand up. We out here.
Yes, sir.
In the building. Let's go. So listen, we saw everything. We saw drugs. We saw domestic violence. We saw people killing each other left and right. But one thing we still never saw was a black therapist. I was like, damn, that's crazy how we have all these resources, doctors and everything else, but none of them looked at like the way we look like.
We look like us.
No, not at all. You never said they're all blondes and out there, unfortunately. But now I said, you know what? Why can't I do that? And then one day, I had my own personal experience with it. So back in the day, I was the man, homie. I used to play ball. I was balling. I went to NMB, senior high school.
Okay.
And in that time period, you feel me? I got into a lot of trouble. I ain't gonna lie, hanging with the wrong crowd. You know, your mom always said, don't hang with those people. I was the person hanging with those bad crowd.
Jeff, you wasn't getting in trouble.
I was getting in trouble, bro.
Bien cher, bien.
I got a lot of those growing up. But one day, because I was hanging out, not doing my work, not doing my assignments, my coach called me in. He said, you know, Jeff, I'm sorry to let you know, but I got to cut you from the basketball team. Now, you know, as a black young boy in the city, ball is life.
Of course.
Life is ball. See, so you took that away from me, my bro. Listen. He turned my heart out my chest. Then I went to the stage of depression.
I know it.
So, but once again, that was then. I'm not able to identify it. Back then, I didn't know what depression was. So what I was going through is I started losing weight. I didn't want to get out of bed.
Hold on. That means you was a teenager, right?
Yeah. About 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to shit. I didn't want to go to school. So my mom looked at me and was like, what's wrong with you? You know, I was like, I don't know, Mom. Just, I miss basketball. She said, basketball, that's for play. This is not, don't worry about it. Just go back to school. I was like,
She said it in English.
Oh, you know she said it.
Live it. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait là?
I got translate from my audience.
On va passer
Translate.
por ça.
L'école
L'école gêné.
m'voyo.
L'école m'voyo.
Yep.
L'école, l'église, la caille.
Sound just like her.
You know it.
So yeah, so okay, so that happened.
So-
So you was down.
So with her trying to solve it is that, go see the pastor. And what the pastor gonna do for me? And then she forced me to see the pastor. Yeah, you know how it is.
Well, technically, if you know, it's funny you say that. Now I think about it. To the Haitians, that's their therapist.
That is.
Pasteur. Or they said, Mommy, I'm going to problem with. Eh bien, pas qui peut petit. Ma prière pour vous. Nothing wrong with prayer. Let's make sure we're clear on that. But it's like, bro,
Prayer by
sometimes you need to
itself,
have
gotta do
to
some work.
speak with somebody and get off your chest. So, okay, so she told you to talk to the pastor.
I talked to that man.
Okay.
Ain't do shit. He ain't do shit. You know, it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, man. But she tried. That's all she knew.
Try, yeah.
So my dad was like, listen, put your head down, man up. I said, Dad, I'm trying to man up. It's not easy. So one day, the guidance counselor, she said, damn, Jay, you lost a lot of weight. At that time, I was about like 20 pounds. It's like, so I automatically she knew something was wrong with me. She started talking to me, and then talking about what therapy was, and trying to guide me on the right path. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? That's something I should go into. Now, mind you, basketball's still alive. I'm thinking about basketball and everything else.
And all this is in high school.
All this in high school. But once going through high school, I realized I wasn't going to the NBA. Every kid goes to that stage where you have to
Reality synced in.
Yeah, reality kick in, and you realize you got to pivot and
Right.
decide, you know what? Why can't I be a black therapist out here?
Right.
Why can't I be a black Haitian therapist, a black male Haitian therapist that's giving back, that's showing people the way, that's guiding people how to be better, improve themselves. Better.
Right.
Man.
They better back out. Amen.
So, okay, Jeff. Now,
Yeah, talk to me.
that got you. So, basketball, getting cut off from basketball,
Shit hurt. Yeah,
traumatized you pretty much.
damn right.
Bonjour, clou.
I don't know if I use the word traumatized or
Grief.
Grief.
Yeah.
Brief traumatized.
Yeah.
Because it got you in a depressing state.
Yeah.
What you felt? Like you was a loser because you got cut off, or
Loser. I had no. Because here's the thing: everybody has a future. Everybody has a plan of what the future may look like. That was my future.
okay?
So that he ripped that future away from me.
Was
From
that
my
your
perspective.
senior year?
No, that was my sophomore year.
Oh, he was
Sophomore
a
year.
kid.
Yeah.
Wow. So you experienced that early. So at that point in sophomore year, now you see that. Now you say, okay, you went to therapy. You went to therapy in your sophomore year?
Yeah.
And how long you were doing therapy when you were in high school?
About maybe a month.
A month? And your mom, like, well, consent she knew about you going to
Yeah,
therapy?
I need
You
to
did
know
it on
that.
the
How
low?
did you get into
'Cause it-
therapy, sir?
Listen, at
As
that
high Haitians,
point,
I would like to know how that happened.
Yeah.
In the household.
listen, when you try everything, it didn't work, you say, you know what, let's try this. If it works, it works. If it don't,
So she
get
knew
it,
that
I
you
get
was
it, I get
going
it.
therapy.
Yeah.
They paid for it and everything like that for you? Or
the
you
school
did yourself?
provided. It was free.
The school provided.
Oh,
It was
wow.
free. That's dope.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's take it back a little bit. Let's go a little bit deeper layer for
Okay.
those who didn't experience that. But let's just say, like, why do you feel like mental health is still a taboo in Haitian and immigration families? Like, why do you feel like it's such a thing that it's not really talked upon? It's not really emphasized in the island or Haitian community.
Listen, because we all grew up that way. You feel me? Listen, even now, as you said, I've been doing this for like 13 years. It took my mom maybe the last 5 years to accept what I do for a living. Because for her, it's like, you're not an MD? Well, you should
By engineer,
you're
by
not a
doctor.
But you are a doctor.
engineer. Not an MD.
Hey,
She said,
to her-
Right.
Right.
Medical doctor, you know.
Boom, doctor,
Yeah,
Papa-
right.
yeah.
Right.
No way.
She's like, nah, I want you to go be in a hospital and everything else. So doing this, she's like, this is not something I'm used to. I don't know about this.
Right.
Because all she thought was that you're dealing with crazy people.
Right.
You know.
Where's Sam Abdullah? Where's Sam Abdullah?
And then you quickly learn that we all got to take care of mental health, man. No matter what stage you're at in life, no matter where you're at, how much money, the cars, that shit don't matter. If you're not taking care of yourself, you don't have nothing.
So how do you feel like breaking generational patterns and like the stigma about that? How can somebody go about that? Because I feel like we all have some new age parents now, where even the old school parents, like there's certain things that my nephew get away with, I could never get away with. There's certain things like he did, like he pierced his ears at 13 years old. I could never do what? He wear jewelry on my mom. I still don't wear, my mom's Adventiste, bro. To this day, I don't wear jewelry around her. She might like only like twice. Maybe when I was at my auntie's funeral and that is thing. Other than that, if I'm in the house, I'll tuck it. I'm not gonna do it just out of respect. I don't want to hear it.
That come from old school upbringing and new school upbringing.
So what I'm saying. So right now with the way it is now, you think parents are be more receptive to that, like breaking the barrier and the generational, as far as like understanding. You know what? Maybe you should go check out therapy. I feel like some of these Haitians, the parents need therapy themselves. Yeah.
They do.
But
you can't call it therapy.
That's where it
sometimes,
starts.
Man. You gotta call it support, you know,
Right?
And let them and go along the way that they figure out. Oh shit, I'm in therapy. Oh shit, it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy.
Won't support, right?
Because we taught that you don't share your problems with outsiders, right? If we have an issue, we deal with issues by ourselves.
Right.
But that's not therapy works. You got to share with someone who's non-biased, right? Someone, a third party who doesn't know you, doesn't know your parents.
Don't know nothing to do with you.
Nothing. That has no skin in the game in a sense. They're just to help you.
Yeah, you're right. There's no biased opinions.
No.
It's just straight. Whatever you're telling him, he's telling you what's going on. He or she was telling you what's going on. I get it.
But here's the thing, right? I feel like right now, in the state of like the way the world is going right now, I feel like yes, parents need to tap into it. You said you said they get support.
Yeah.
But I feel like nowadays, because they need the support more than ever, I feel like if they did do that more, a lot of Haitians, like parents, wouldn't even go through the suffering they go through. Because a lot of Haitians really just, oh, my puya this, I'm getting problem, and they stress. And I feel like, do you feel like if they actually tapped into therapy a little bit more, maybe they would add a little bit more because to their lifeline, their life, I gotta say, their life years, I should say, like because I feel like Haitians be stressed out so much, and I was like, be stressed, they keep it to themselves. Now your tonsil your mote, you know what I'm saying? They got high blood pressure. Do you feel like the therapy would actually help that? Would make a change a little bit?
I don't even think it's a Haitian thing. I think it's just the people in general because nobody wants to be told or reflect on themselves and say, I'm wrong.
Right.
I need to change. I need to be different.
Right.
Especially as a parent to a child. For you tell your parent that they're wrong, they're gonna let you go, what? You crazy as hell. I'm still your parent, so no matter what I say, go. You could be 40 years old.
Are you serious?
I'm trying to tell you. So it's just that understand that we have to change as people because if you're not changing, then you're dying slowly.
You are dying slowly.
Because the environment is growing, people are changing, people are evolving. So if you're not growing with the times, then you're gonna be left behind.
But do you think I'm saying though? Do you feel like this? Not Haitian. Not gonna just put a Haitian and put in the box. Just say people in general. Do you feel like if somebody went to therapy, that would help some of the stress that's causing certain illness a little bit more? I'm not saying I don't know if you could say this diagnosed like legally if you could say that, but I'm saying like if I would have, let's say I'm stressed a lot about certain things, but I went to therapy that helped make me change my perspective on that. Do you feel like that would actually help me mentally where I don't have to feel like my blood pressure is going up because I'm stressing about things I don't have to worry about? If I went to therapy and talked about it, I could have found a solution and kind of like found some inter healing, if that makes sense. I don't know.
See, the thing about therapy is that people always think that it's about solutions. Sometimes it's about navigating through life struggles. Okay. But sometimes there's no solution to cancer. There's no solutions to HIV. There's no solution to shit that you're going through. It's like there's no solution to it. But what you can do is shift your perspective on the illness. Gotcha. It's about how you look at life and life struggles so you can move forward to see the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on his because I actually started therapy.
Okay.
But I didn't last.
Yeah, be consistent, man.
I know. I did 2 sessions.
Okay.
But why? What made you go to therapy? That's the question.
Yeah.
Because I never have an answer for. I have a little temper. I never
little.
Matthew, go temper Michigan la. Like hide and Jekyll.
Muniki kone.
Hulk smash.
So my thing is, why I'm piggybacking on you is because them 2 days I took, them 2 days of therapy really opened my mind. Because therapy is not a solution, like you said. It's to navigate, give you tools to navigate with your issues. Because issues will come every day. Problems will come every day. Yeah. You're not going to stop that.
No, never.
Guys, you're not going to stop problems. Never. Sorry. So therapy gave me tools to navigate through the problems. I'm like, wow, I didn't think about that. Because, one session I had was like, okay, I was telling, man, I'm stressing about, man, my business. I'm launching I just got this distribution deal. I'm trying to raise money. I'm stressing out. This man said, so what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario, I just don't get the product. Do you die? Do you sick? Do you fall? What happens after that if it don't happen? I just don't have it. So what is the issue? So that opened my mind to say like, wow.
Different perspective.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, man. So that's why I'm jumping on you, because you say it just navigates you, man. You just got to know you need tools to navigate you through your problems. Yep. That's it, bro. That's it. Therapy is not no savior.
No.
But it's going to guide you, give you tools, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get back to my sessions, you know what I'm saying?
You should. Because also, language is important too. A lot of times we put something out in the world and we say it constantly, and not realize you put negativity out there. And when you put enough negativity out there, you start to believe it. Yeah. You start believing it, now it starts showing up in physical matters, right? Now your body is tensing up, and now you're getting a little anxious, getting nervous. That's why people get heart attacks out the blue. You never had that heart attack before, but out the blue they get a heart attack. Why? Because they get so anxious about whatever the situation may be going through, it causes the heart to race, and then boom.
So you basically just said what I was saying in reverse, basically. Like, so therapy, it can help.
It could cause physical issues.
Right.
For a fact. Or mental health could cause.
Mental health.
Because you said something, doctor. When you anxious, when you this chemical reactions happen inside of you. That's why you get this. Wow.
And that's one that you masculinity can't fix.
You're right, because man go say bout figure.
No, but because it's dealing with the mind.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all,
don't stop me from trying though.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I realized recently for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, you know what I'm saying, those who know me, those who know, don't worry, I'm about to get on my now he's about to, but I'm getting on my journey to get back right. Because those who know me, this is like the biggest I've ever been. So it's like I'm gonna say I'm a stress eater, but I'm gonna say like I'm always on go. So if I happen to be up late or whatever, I'm gonna eat at that time. There's no excuse, but I feel like I see it. I feel it. I'm like, yo, I wake up in the night about certain stuff. So it's like, damn, it's crazy. And then it's reflecting on my weight now. And it's like, I've never been like that. And I realized, damn, it's because I'm always stressing about stuff and I'm always moving and things like that. And I feel like, even that, I feel like is a part of like mental health that I gotta work on myself. Yeah. But I
taking breaks.
Taking breaks. And I feel like I need to do more of those, and I haven't done. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I was talking, like, I had a conversation with somebody, it was so real. I was like, okay, you want this, but you're not making effort to get that particular thing because I'm so focused on something else. And I realize I'm neglecting my personal life because I'm so focused on getting all my business ducks in a row, which is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But it's like the pressure of life, you want to go out there and get it. You want to go out there and grind. You want to make sure you be the man and stand up and stand on your own too and stand on business, right? They say. But it's like, you want to stand on business, but you still got to be able to balance life. That's, to me, it's like always hard because I feel like, how can I am going to need some therapy session myself because how can I balance getting it?
No, Jay, you know what you want to say?
Go ahead.
How do you balance survival mode?
There you go. That's a key word, survival mode.
Because a lot of people dealing with survival mode right now.
And I hate it because I'm so used to I got to the point where I've seen six figures early at an early age at 22 years old, seeing six figures. And then it's like, I'll spend it, use it, or something happened, I invested out, and I'll get it back again. And then this is the first time that I got to the point where, damn, it's not the same. But I'm still living my lifestyle as if I still have it. Mm-hmm. But now I gotta go grind in survival mode to do certain things. And I'm neglecting my personal life, and I'm losing people that I care for, that's dear to me, because I'm neglecting the time that I need to put into them. Whether it's my mother, whether it's a girl I'm interested in, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like really checking yourself.
But listen, you talk about six figures. At what point did 6 figures not become enough? I know growing up, the goal was to make 6 figures. But now you look at 6 figures like, oh, that's nothing. That's petty change.
Man.
Right.
Shift the perspective. See, it's about being grateful for the things that you have in life.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you have to stay there.
Right.
But sometimes you got to celebrate your small wins. And I think as entrepreneurs, people who are grinding, who trying to be successful, we like 6 figures. Oh, that's nothing. I want to be 7 figures. You get 7 figures now. I want 8. You're just raising the bar, or moving the goalposts. But at some point, you have to realize, you know what? I've done a lot of great things, and I'm happy where I'm at. I don't want to stay here, but I'm happy where I'm at, and there's so much more I can achieve. And sometimes you got to give a pat on yourself on the back, say, you know what, I'm doing great things. Because if not, you're trying to reach something that you will never achieve, which is success. Sometimes you got to be the one to say, you know what, I made it. Not no one else could tell you that. You have to look at yourself, look in the mirror, say, you know what, I made it in life, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be here. I think you got for all the things you're gonna bless me with, whatever that may be.
Gratitude, bro.
Gratitude
That's
all
gratitude.
day.
So gratitude.
Gotta have
So
gratitude.
y'all heard that, right?
Gratitude
So
is important, guys.
celebrate the small wins and understand the power of gratitude. I think that's something that we definitely should all take notes of. I think that
Powerful.
was powerful for sure. I want to get into something real quick on this segment right here as far as healing hustlers, right? The common issues with high performing clients, the burnout, identity, and loneliness. Because I know you're a celebrity therapist. I probably can't talk about who you work with, but I don't know if you can say some people you work with.
I
but-
mean, you don't
what
have to
is-
say name. You just
I can be
how did you
sued.
transition to dealing with high client?
common issues and with the high performing clients.
Because that's big, brother. Okay.
Long story, short story. I give you the full story. So,
Make it happen, yeah.
So I was doing something down here in Miami called hip hop therapy. When I was teaching kids and young adults about mental health through use of hip hop. So it was getting a lot of buzz. People was like, damn, that shit sound good. Pretty good. It's pretty cool. Until one day I get a DM from Taraji P. Henson at her camp.
Taraji.
You know, yes, Taraji P. Henson at her camp. So I was like, damn, Taraji P. Henson, reach out to me. So that's, Dr. Jeff, I love what you're doing. You're doing great things down here in Miami. I would love for you to come to DC and present at this conference. I said, shit, say less. I'm out there. Nothing but a flight. So I came out to the conference. Of course, she had a lot of celebrity friends, a lot of celebrity just colleagues and everything else. So I performed. I killed it. They love what I did. And then bada bing, bada boom. Now, you know, they see me as this black male therapist that's doing hip hop and with the hip hop community. So word got out. And of course, it helps me be licensed in multiple states because that allows me to practice in all those states in the country because not everybody can practice if you're not licensed.
Right.
So they never saw something like that. They never saw a young black doctor who's Haitian that works with
Say that. You heard that.
celebrity
Haitian.
clients. Like,
Black doctor.
No, for this.
Haitian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
yeah.
doctor.
Stand on that.
Haitian.
Big business. You know what I'm talking about?
you don't see that, man. Listen, in all my classes, it would be like 2 males, 1 white, 1 black. I always used to be on the black male. And all my classes going from bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. So understand, in this field, there's not a lot of black males.
Right.
So to be a black male Haitian therapist, you
Bonus.
hardly find these things.
But to circle back on that question, as far as what are the common issues you find in those high performing different people? What are the common issues you always find?
Work-life balance. Easily,
Work-life balance?
Easily. You know, one of the things you're going to hear me say a lot is about boundaries and balance.
Mm-hmm.
And most entrepreneurs and celebrities, of course, they don't have neither one of those things. Why? Because people told them a long time ago that just do your job and everything is going to work out itself. It doesn't work that way. You got to put in work in all aspects, whether it be family, whether it be relationships, whether it be your career, and of course, yourself. People tend to neglect, the first thing they neglect is yourself, self-care. They don't work out. They don't eat right. They don't sleep 8 hours a day, you know. So
I'm guilty.
Hey, you
happens.
speaking to me.
I'm definitely guilty. I'm not gonna
Yikes.
lie. I'd be lucky if I get a good 4 hours, 5 hours.
Guys, take notes. Yikes.
See, the thing about me is, I'm like, I see my mother bust her. You know what I'm saying? I see her bust her behind.
she had to.
Exactly. My mom was my mom and my dad. You feel what I'm saying? I seen her hustle. I seen my late auntie Elsie, RP to Elsie, hustler the family. You know what I'm saying? She was selling plates to food trucks to selling, before she passed away, she was selling shoes. She was known for the shoe game.
Because they
Stock
had
X,
to,
'cause They
man.
had to. So I feel like for me, like
You don't
said,
have to.
but the problem with me is I'm always in survival mode. I feel like the problem with me is even when I had the bread and I was making the bread and I was in a position, and it's like I got to a point where I was still in survival mode. I was still like making sure everybody was good, but I'll revert back to survival mode. And it's like one of the things where I feel like I have to check myself.
We might have to book a session with Mr. Jeff.
Oh God, book a session.
God damn
Book a
it.
session for sure.
I got one. I don't want this question to slip out my mind. Dr. Jeff,
All day.
how do you keep yourself sane when on the opposite side is just problems, issues, diplomacy, problem, craziness, depression, all that coming towards you, and you got to be sane? How do you do that? No, I need that question. I need that answer, because you got people just dishing on you. Don't you need therapy? God damn it! I mean, come on, man.
Actually, it's a great question.
Come on, man.
Listen, in the beginning, because I've been doing this for 13 years now, shit wasn't easy. In the beginning, it was to be a struggle, because you're right. You hear all people's problems,
And you taking on their issues,
and you gotta take it home because you don't know how to compartmentalize. You know how to separate the two from their issues in your life. As you evolve as a therapist, you learn how to separate the two and start making sure that you're are doing self-care activities, whether it be spa day, whether it be times on the beach, whether it be, working out, meditation, journaling. Journaling has helped me a lot. And mind you, I hate writing. I'm telling you, would never tell because doctors, all we do is write, right? To get a doctorate, right? But I did a lot of journaling, and that really helped me. That was my outlet to release my thoughts and emotions.
Wow. And he
Black
hate
girls-
writing.
I hate writing.
Was that like a balance for you in your life? That was like a balance. What kind of gave you the balance or whatnot?
That and socializing. I'm a people person, so being around people, that's my
Your
therapy.
balance. So I would say this because I'm surprised we didn't say it earlier. My bad, pardon moi. But it just made me think about the word of the day should be balance. Balance.
Boundaries and balance.
Boundaries, I ain't gonna hold you.
Que je dis ça no creole?
Ah,
Hey,
You're better than me, 'cause
tracer ligne ça,
I'm born in Miami.
passer s'ouvrir.
Well,
Boundaries.
I'll let y'all drop it in the comments or y'all
Hey,
will Q&A. You
on
got
the comments,
For
how
the
you-
first time I got stuck. I don't get stuck.
How you
got me stuck.
translate boundaries in Creole in the comments? God,
Damn, y'all got me. I ain't gonna lie. My mom is my mama.
É vrai. Hey,
Damn.
tracer ligne ça,
Anyway,
cross
Put
it.
that line. That's
In the words of Kevin, anyways, I'm gonna say balance. Balance it. We're gonna balance it.
Balance.
But we know boundaries as well, but balance it, because we're going to say it in Creole for balance it. For those who don't know Creole, balance it. Balance it.
Balance.
And listen, I'll use your example because you talked about you want to work out, you choose not to because of all these things.
Right.
You got to put a hard stop on things despite what you got going on. So if you tell yourself that I'm going to the gym Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. and then for some reason something's coming up that's going to affect that, guess what you do? You say, I'm sorry, whatever I got going on, I got to say no to that and say yes to myself. So you gotta say yes to you in your goals and your aspirations. Don't be like, nah, I gotta stay on the grind and neglect self. Because that's the first thing people tend to do is neglect self. The second thing they do is neglect family.
That was for me.
And relationships.
Oh, that's for me and for some of y'all listeners. Don't neglect yourself, man. Like,
Because you're not good to nobody. If you're not well with yourself,
Jay, you could
You're
do
not
that
good
again.
to
that's listen.
I'm on the truck. I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about.
Everything.
Store.
Everybody, you neglecting yourself, especially as men. See, I shout out to the women. Shout out to the women out there. Shout out to the Haitian women. Shout out to Black women because they actually been really holding it down, and they figured it out. I think us men not figuring it out, and we're like, and shout out to Friday and Meek with that song "Proud of Me." I feel like that was the first time in history that I feel like publicly in music and in public in the world that men actually took accountability and realized like they have to learn how to be vulnerable and open up a little bit. I think that's important. I think what you said is very important as far as like knowing about yourself and really take time for yourself. And I feel like I said, the women figured it out. You know what I'm saying? We kind of...
listen, we've been taught a long time ago, we're just a provider.
Yeah.
That's all we need men to do is to provide.
Right.
I don't care if you're stressed. I don't care if you're overwhelmed. I don't care you're going through trauma. None of that shit matters, and that's not true.
Right.
We're human beings. We need to open up. We need to share. We need to take care of ourselves. Sometimes we need to get emotional and let these emotions out. Yes,
But here's the thing, though. Bro, forget about you. Sometimes, though, negyo essaie de faire ça et pour pouvoir prendre au clos. Then they use it against you. And then they hit you with, damn, I ain't gonna say it, but you know what I want to say. But they hit you with some things. It's like, damn, bro, you don't know what I'm going through. You out here hit me about something that's irrelevant, and I'm going through certain stuff that I would like to unpack to you, but I try to not unpack certain things to people because they got things going on and not project my energy on you. So I start to stay positive. When they see me, they see Fire Image, they see Jay Saint, but they don't know I'm going through shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, are you talking about your significant other or what?
No, I'm just talking about in general.
In general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him something about how
I know
people
something other.
was kind of reserved and things like that. My therapist was a male. I was already reserved. I read like red flag right there. I'm like, damn, how
bullshit.
I'm gonna talk like this to this man? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did it. I said, let me try it. I did it. Best experience I had. I'm telling you, because me talking to a man about soft stuff, man, I ain't trying to talk to no man.
You feel like he's gonna judge you.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? He was so genuine, he was understanding. I'm like, wow, man, I never thought this would be, I would talk to a man about vulnerability. You see, that's why I need that goddamn
bold voice.
Bold voice. You see how I talk, right?
But listen, what would be your advice for creators, business owners, and athletes who don't have time to slow down?
you better make time. You better damn sure make time. I would say make a list. I say every day make a goals that you're trying to accomplish and a realistic goal. Not I'm gonna accomplish 30,000 things and never accomplish none of those things. Make a real list of things that you want to accomplish. And when you do the things that you do accomplish, pat yourself on the back. The things that you don't, you save it for tomorrow.
Small goals.
Small goals.
Start
that's
with your
it.
small goals. And move up.
Small and realistic goals. That realistic part is very important because a lot of people don't set realistic goals. They're just gonna keep working till they work.
So set small goals and set realistic goals.
But I'm not gonna lie, this might sound crazy, but some people don't know how to set goals.
But I say this. So for those who don't know how to set goals, I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I've used this in my life, but again, I need to start tapping into my personal life, like you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
The cheat sheet is a SMART formula. If y'all ever heard that, SMART, SMART, acronym. It's an acronym, right? SMART. I'm sure you heard of it. So S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time specific. So that way you have a deadline. So be specific what you want, measure it, you know what I'm saying? See if something is achievable, realistic for you, you know what I'm saying? And time specific, put a deadline on it, you know what I mean? So smart.
That's
smart
actually
for me.
good crap.
Don't say I never gave y'all nothing.
He gave you some gems right there.
Hey, point no 3.
Bars. Candy bars right there. Yeah, bars. So it's funny because we talked about survival mode. So this is okay, let's just do a Q&A like me and you, right? How do I unlearn survival mode?
It's about shifting perspective.
Your perspective.
Using different language. Because using survival mode. No, you're grinding. That's a better term.
Okay, but
grinding and surviving is two different things. You can still grind and not be in a survival mode, right? Because I think as entrepreneurs, we're always grinding left and right. That does never change. However, what does change is the boundaries that we set when we're going to grind.
And it's funny you say that, because my next question is, how do I deal with the guilt around setting boundaries? Because sometimes you set a boundary around somebody and they don't realize that you set boundaries on them.
Hate that shit.
And then they feel some type of way because it is like, I don't know how to tell them.
Nobody likes when someone sets boundaries.
Especially, I hate to say it, but especially the opposite sex. There's a specific reason why I don't do certain things. And they probably like, oh, you ain't got it like that, or nigga, da, da, da. No, I'm setting boundaries because I know the type of guy I am. I just go out there all willy-nilly, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Paymaster, but I'm not a guy that's not baxish, bacrasse. Você moun ki ba kem wè, você moun ki ganhando ou ganhando, é como ça miye, but it's like, it's at the point where ele fala faz ça, quando eu episeu, quando eu pau for passar misère, et puis eu for passar tetem. But no, it's not like mbakafeli, it's me setting a boundary. Like for example, a parent, my mom's like, "Mami, besoin on ba la, oh, mbagien no petit, mwen mbagien kunya." E bagien, you just bagien boom, man. They have a thing set for it already. That's in a boundary, and I feel like
lie after that.
Huh?
For Monty, that's what probably tell you.
I mean, not really, but it's like, I just feel like, to me, that's a way of setting a boundary because I know what type of person I am. So sometimes people don't respect it or don't understand why is that, and they automatically come and shun you and try to talk down on you, not knowing the reasons why you did that is because you're really setting a boundary upon yourself because you know how you are.
See,
now,
I think...
Is that making sense?
No, it does. Now, I would say, for most people, you don't have to explain yourself. But the people that you care about, why not try to explain where you're coming from? Now, all that they still may not accept it, but if they love you, they care about you, they're going to respect the boundaries that you're being set. Because if you're doing it correctly, you should be uncomfortable. Change for all of us is uncomfortable. So no matter what change you're making, if you're doing it correctly, you should be uncomfortable initially. And then we do it enough times, which is why therapy, do it consistently, you become comfortable.
Yeah. So, that makes so much sense. Wow.
But don't change.
Because the thing is, once you're so used to dealing with a certain group or person,
good, bad, and ugly,
right? You're doing something one way, always. The minute you put boundaries on that, friends drop, family drop.
Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Blow, blow.
The minute you put a boundary, like, okay, no more of this. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to fix my life. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to do this. Boundaries, you lose friends and family.
You lose friends. That's a fact.
Just know boundaries is a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, real quick. Sorry, my bad. That's my. I was to go on the next part or the segment of Haitian healing. Because again, this is Crenglish Podcast. Of course, our main focus is our Zoes, our Haitian people, but it's just a community in the whole. and I really want to make sure we really tap in because again, I feel like the culture needs it. So I would like to know like how culture, faith, and language play into therapy.
You know, let's start with language. Especially when I told you I'm a doctor. I never cared for being a doctor, but as Haitian parents,
Wow.
you know, what do they say? Doctor,
Docteur,
engineer.
Qui c'est encore? Oh, avocat.
Avocat.
Attends, piston.
Attorney, yeah.
Attends, piston.
Once again, that's the language my mom put out there.
Maton piston.
Hey, we got Jeff going on. And we real zones right here.
Memories, man. That's all it does. But my mom, she meant well. All parents will say they mean well, but they don't realize the pressure they put on their kids by doing those things. The anxiety that you project on your kids for trying to achieve that goal. Now, luckily for me, I found my way to what she wanted. Something.
Somewhat.
Yeah,
You found balance.
You got DR in that
You
name,
found
though.
balance.
Yeah,
You
that's
found
what my mom
balance.
did. Yeah.
Ou balance.
Right.
You see, the word of the day, ou balance. You found balance.
But most people don't. So now here you are growing up as a child to an adult, trying to prove your parents so to make them proud of you because they see you because they wanted you to become one of these titles, right? Engineer, attorney, and doctor, and now you're not. So now there's a sense of grief and loss from the parent's standpoint to their child once you don't achieve this goal. Like I told you, I've done this for 13 years. It took my mom the last 5 years to accept what I do for a living. So the rest of the years, I had to kind of persuade her and prove to her like, yo, this is a legit job. You know, I'm doing great things. But she's like, nah, this is not what I wanted. I want you to become a medical doctor. So that's the level of anxiety that's being projected on you to deal with as a child to an adult, which is it's not easy to navigate.
No, that makes sense. Okay.
So you gotta be important what you say to your kids. Yes, we all want our kids to do great things, but when they're doing something different, embrace that difference, you know, whatever that may be.
Brother, you went to college, you did your years, you got your degree, you got a doctor in front of your name,
it's
and
still passé.
still you passé.
That's the Haitian thing. That's the trauma. That was so slow.
Listen.
Nothing ever good enough for some Haitian parents, bro.
But let my mom tell it, she would never, although she said she wants me to be a doctor, she never believed I would be a doctor. Because nor did I believe it too, because that was never my goal. I said, ball was life, life was ball. That's the only thing I care about. So textbooks, school, I didn't give a shit about that. You know,
But you did it.
I did it. I grew into it. Once again, I had to pivot. Once I realized, you know, NBA wasn't part of the plan for God. He didn't give me that plan. That's all right. I got to accept it.
I'll take it.
I had to find something else. That was my passion of mine. That was a personal interest of mine. And then I never looked back since then.
Okay, so look, I understand where you're coming from on that because I feel like, you know, you got to find your way. I remember I used to draw. I used to be sketching. Qui va ti va rappeler dessiner là? Pas comprendre. On fait petit tonton. Par exemple, on peut dessiner petit tonton. Maman j'étais courir dem. Et quand est Josie là? On dessiner petit tonton.
Listen.
My mom hated me drawing.
I'm gonna vouch on this. You see what he's saying? Titonton, titatin. That titonton came out to be a shirt. He created a shirt. A whole. Damn, I forgot you created a name for it, but
It's called Exclusive Unique Apparel, and I had
created
I
a
drew
shirt
a phoenix.
to the point I'm like, Jay, what did you do this? How?
Yeah, because I started off drawing and I was doing like comic books and I was drawing because I was told I wanted to be an architect or I
he
wanted
put it on a shirt.
and I would draw buildings, homes, and I
I
started
seen
drawing
the first
clothes.
one.
Yeah, and I started drawing. So he's talking about me. He's talking about me as I elevated when I got older in high school. But I was talking about when I was in
Simon.
elementary, middle school, I was drawing heavy. And I kind of slowed down. I was drawing houses. I drew my mom's whole house one time in Haiti. And I drew out the whole house, how it's going to be how it would look when it's built. And then literally as it built, it looked like the way I drew it.
But
know
initially,
what I mean?
she didn't accept it.
At the time, she didn't accept
That's
it,
why
right?
I'm
She didn't
trying to
accept it.
bring
That's my
that to
point,
you.
right?
Yeah.
And I even drew clothes when I got older, right? My mom didn't care for it. My mom was a seamstress, so that's why I got the clothes part. And my best friend G-Stat, we used to always draw clothes and shoes like Feli's and Grant Hills. And who was always into that. But the moment I stopped drawing, like I stopped drawing, but I still was creative. I took the same creative side and started designing flyers, throwing my parties, events, with designing all my flyers for my parties, and like being creative on that aspect and taking pictures. Fast forward, being a photographer and being creative. My mom was like, "Who's about this uncle? Why you don't draw no more?" I'm like, "You the same one that was behind me, now you feel me?" So that be the thing, man. Haitians are you can't win.
But you gotta just put this disclosure. It's not on purpose.
Yeah, they mean well.
They do
You gotta
mean well.
understand, Haitians parent mean well. It's not on purpose. So let's get that disclosure out the way.
And I just think island people, West Indies, period. I
It's
know,
just
I know
they harsh.
Jamaicans, they harsh. I know they experience that too.
It's about exposure, right?
Right.
Because all they're seeing is these high profile titles, right? So being a rapper, being a singer, being an artist, they don't see that in Haiti, right? You don't see these people look like. Nah, you don't see
Don't
it.
let me be a church lady. What? I feel bad. Boom, boom, side. Boom, 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 boom. Acho que côté.
I don't even be.
On buy lila.
I know that you can make millions off of those things. They don't
Right.
They
They don't know if you
that.
know that. So let me ask you this, right? To kind of wrap up the Haitian healing part. What is a favorite Haitian proverb or lesson that shaped you in your journey?
I don't know about a Haitian one.
Ba on segon pou sa. Get.
But I will say this. I'm gonna quote my dog Kobe Bryant. I ain't about a Haitian, but you know, Black Mamba over here. But you know, he always say that there can be people who are better than me, but you'll never find someone who will outwork me. And one thing for sure is that
I love that.
I'm always gonna be the hardest working person in the room, and I'm gonna outwork everybody else. You could think you're smarter than me and everything else.
I love
but
it.
I'm work hard for what I want.
Yeah, we stand on that.
Well, I'll say, okay, so you say Haitian one.
Hold on.
I'm about to say
You was
Haitian.
done with the first one?
I was gonna no, because when I said about the
'Cause I got one I want to know.
I was gonna say before you ask him, because you said something about you're not gonna outwork me. I love that. That's how I feel, and that's how we, our mentors on that type of time too. You're not gonna work harder than me.
No.
You're not gonna outwork me. My mentor. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Fresh, Doug. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give him a shout out. I have to, because at the day,
You got to, man.
because at the day, that's where I got the energy from.
Gots to,
we
bro.
came from the tax regime. We're talking about when it's prime.
Gots to, bro.
His thing was always, you're not gonna outwork me. Outwork everybody. And that's how I was. I'm gonna go hit 4 or 5 apartments by myself. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But what I wanted to say was, I like that proverb, but that's like with Haitians is one of those things I would say is campe jam. Campe jam means stand strong and go get it. You know what I'm saying? So campe jam means stand strong. I feel like, to me, that's my proverb. And that's why you're not gonna outwork, because I'm gonna stand strong and stand on business. Stand on business.
Always,
feel me?
got to.
Hey, Dr. Jeff.
But what you was gonna say, Kev?
No. I'm going off subject.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Dr. Jeff. Off subject, we.
Okay.
I just want to know, man. Parce que bien campé, bien. What is your favorite Haitian dish?
Oh, you want to create this confess? Who's gonna go next?
Business akunya la.
So this right here, this segment is we're doing a Crenglish confessions.
Hold
right now.
on, Jay.
You really just rolled into it.
Oh,
I'm not.
shit, I'm gonna answer.
I
that
didn't
shit,
even
right?
know that. I really want to know.
That's
for
segment
real.
5.
I was-
Listen, I like G John avec Lumby. You know,
Now,
I like Lumby. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Lumbia.
Yeah.
You see,
you know something.
They gotta grill it too. You gotta grill it nice.
Me see,
Even though
women.
Okay, first of all, I ain't supposed to eat lump because I don't eat shell and fish and all that stuff like that. Sorry, mommy, I didn't know. When I moved to Miami, conch fritters is like the whole thing, and it became a thing, and I didn't know, and I was eating it. I didn't know what it was.
Daddy.
Now I'm not gonna eat it like that because I don't really eat. Like
Bro,
shellfish.
Lumby is
I
life.
miss out on life right now.
But
man.
Lumby's life.
that one only place that get me is in Miami. But I can't know. I just gotta eat it without me knowing. That's the only way. If I know it's there, I'm not gonna eat it. Like he knows that I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat none of that stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he not
in
seafood
Miami, there was that conch fritters. I'm thinking in my head, I'm eating marinade. Not knowing it's conch fritters. I'm just thinking marinade the whole time. I'm like, why is it so chewy?
I say ki konen.
But-
Lumbia pa nan jouet.
That's what's up. That's a good dish. I like G sauce pot and I like G à lalo. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know.
Mwen tout manje.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
except piti mi.
Oh no, pizza me blé malade même.
Sa, piti mi, piti wash nan piti
You know what?
man
You know what traumatized me with pizza me? I'm sorry,
They
y'all.
said pizza me
I'm
by me
sorry,
in the
y'all might not
Haitian.
like this.
Pizza
What I
me,
would say,
no.
some real
No.
Haitian might not like this, but I feel like some under your people food, and I feel like
Hey. Pa di ande yo,
I'm just being honest.
Bo se moun ande yo miye.
I'm under your too, but listen what I'm about to get to. Certain under your people, I like their food. Some I don't, and that's one of those I don't. I feel like, why you gotta give me this my food? When I think about it, you know what I thought about when I was watching in Haiti? I lived in Haiti. Let me tell you the real reason.
Pa di malere.
I'm just being honest. I'm sorry,
Pon maman.
but I'm gonna be honest.
E pa fok misye pa kon bay sa.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Non, misye pa kon bay sa.
But look. Okay, disclaimer. This is no insult, but I'll say this. I'll say this, right? It's not the fact that it's the Mallory part. It was the fact I watched a commercial it was a commercial I seen in Haiti. it was a pig talking. No, mbapale. The pig was saying, "Mo mbapale." He said, "No, I'm not going. And it was like they're trying to get the pig somewhere. I don't know, they're trying to get to slaughter the pig. But I know is I seen them feeding the pig the same. It looked like pizza meat. It looked like pizza meat and all that. So if I've seen them, like, why y'all feeding me stuff? Y'all feed that.
Never been the
You
same
feel
ever
me?
since.
So that's why. That's my real reason why pizza
Now I
meat,
understand what you're
pizza
talking
meat
about.
and all that
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Commercial, yeah.
You buy cochon pizza mia.
Yeah, man. What would you say 15-year-old Jeff would say about you where you are now?
Shit, you made it, bro. You know, I think for those who I went to class with, they always knew that I was gonna do great things, but they just didn't know what it was. Shit, I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that I would never be a traditional therapist. That typical therapist that they know of, that would not be me. Especially in my field, I don't know if people know that or not, is that traditionally we don't make a lot of money. We make as much money as sometimes teachers. Mine, master's, doctorate, but yeah, we're on the same pay rate as teachers on the average. So I told myself a long time ago, I ain't about to go to school all these years
To be average.
And to my mom,
Be
you was right.
That's it. Let me tell you, my grandma, RP to Gunbujit. I know I got a lot of RPs, but I got a lot of people that really influenced my life. Shout out to Gunbujit. If you know, you know. That lady right there is a pivotal part of my family. She used to always say this thing, "Mpanatsi." My grandma did not play that. Manatsi. So my grandma gave me confidence young, because when she said that, oh, manatsi. So ever since I see that means we ain't doing no little small stuff. We ain't doing no little ish. You know what I'm saying? Big ish popping and little ish stopping. So when that song came out, when T.I. came out, I loved it because it made me think about my grandma, Manatsi. So when you said that, that's how I feel about that. You know what I mean? So I respect that.
Especially living in Miami, you know, bills are high. Shit.
What that building? What that skyrise side? What that skyrise side?
I got bills to pay. You feel me?
But look, let me say this. Last question I want to say real quick is, what do you feel like? What are the myths about therapy you feel like are myths that is not necessary? You know, what are the myths you heard about therapy?
It's for crazy people. That's not true, man. We all have to protect our mental health no matter what we're going through. Protect your peace at all costs. Some people think if you're a man that you don't go through issues. That's not true.
Right.
Because you have more issues because you've been trying to hide it for so long.
Cover it up.
And right. Why? Because society says it's not okay for you to open up. So I said a lot of guys have a lot of issues that it's not being addressed.
Yes.
So it's not for crazy people, it's for all of us. So I don't care who you are.
For all the men out there, pay attention, man. For real. I was there. I'm in the boat. I was in the boat.
Okay, this is actually the last one for real. What is a book you would recommend to anybody listening as far as like something therapeutic you recommend? Aside from a Bible, aside from a Bib. Of course,
but the book that influenced you.
You know what? I wouldn't say a book, but I would say podcasts like this, what you guys are doing right here, where we're opening up about mental health. This is what I want to see more often than not, just every day. Because black people, we don't do this shit often. So when you have people talking about mental health from their personal stories and their experiences, it goes a long way in the black community, especially in the Haitian community, because they don't get to see these things. They don't get to see people like yourself, a professional like myself, talk about mental health. They see everything else but mental health and mental health issues. So I already see more podcasts like this, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Appreciate you.
Applaudzi.
All right. So look, I can't believe we cannot finish this podcast without doing this thing that we normally do. Okay. We always do this or that or translate that. But because we couldn't even translate brownies, which is so shameful of us, but we did have a word of our day, which is balance, which is balance. We will do a quick this or that, and after that we'll wrap up. And then, we're pretty much good to go.
All right.
So this or that. All right. Haitian food in New York or Haitian food in Miami?
That's a hard one.
Listen, I'm born and raised in Miami, so I'm going to go Dade County all day, Haitian food in Miami all day, every day.
I was going to vote for that too, bro.
Let's go.
I was going to vote for that too. Hey, shout out to New York, but goddamn, Miami got it.
We're like an hour from the island, so we get all the food right here.
We got that. We got it.
I bet. I got going to Pui. Haitian bal in Boston, New York, Orlando.
Boston.
I had to wrap up.
Of course.
All
Vacation community over there.
All right.
Beau son, cher.
Now I'm gonna test your Haiti skill first. Now, from Delma or from Léogane?
Non, ça difficile. Je sais pas qu'on a rien de Haïti.
I don't know. I have to see. I have to test it.
You
You
know?
know? I'm testing. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'm gonna take it this way. From Haitien Orlando or from Haitien Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, easy.
For real? I ain't know those Haitians in Philly. I had to say that.
What?
I found out now because Friday told me.
Uh-huh.
Because Friday told me.
Philly, oui, man.
Easy.
For real? You been to Philly? His vibes?
It's
Is
good
it?
vibe.
Yeah,
Vibe?
bon vibes, man.
Okay. Maki jol mbale. No jol to talk. No jol to talk.
Ou al mette Philly avec Orlando?
Dale.
Ou pas, yo?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure the ladies want to know, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a doctor, Jeff. What's going on? Why you ain't back? No. You're
Man, I'm off the market, man.
You're the market?
I'm off the
Wait.
market.
All right. I had the chicken. Sorry, ladies.
We
I
tried, ladies. I'm sorry.
I tried, ladies.
I'm sorry. He's taking, dog.
I know them
He
girls
taking.
the girls love them chocolate, man. The girl told me, you too light skinned. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I'm boss à tout temps.
The heat
Ou là,
darken
c'est
you
toi.
up, man.
Anywho,
Son.
listen, man. That's our time. Listen, man. This your boy Jay.
This is
Crenglish
Kevin
Podcast.
Kev.
You already know
Come on,
it.
man.
I was trying to finish. My bad. This is Jay, Crenglish Podcast.
Kevin Kev, tutti frutti.
And this
Hey,
is
man.
Dr. Jeff in the building.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
You know. Listen,
go.
man. It was a vibe. I hope y'all got a little therapy. I hope y'all enjoyed this session today. It was a vibe. We kept it cool, sweet and short and sweet. Talking backwards like Kevin Kev now. But nah, man, it was great. But again, want to shout out to our sponsors, Bold Voice. That's BOLD Voice. It's a AI app that allows you to help you with your speech. Like niggas like Kevin who needs it.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get that bold voice right.
I
Don't
said it
worry,
right,
baby.
so you can say the other sponsor,
I'm
buddy.
going to get it right, guys. Don't worry.
Shout out the other sponsor, buddy. We have one more sponsor. I just said Bold Voice app.
I was boy voice, sir.
But you know the other.
You fan phase, sir.
All right, I say both of them. So fanphasemerch.com. Make sure you tap in. Fanphasemerch.com if you need your merch. If you want to get a custom merch, you can go ahead and get it. There's a lot of right now we're in tour season. This whenever you're watching this, it's pretty much tour season right now.
And listen,
between
if you
summer,
need therapy too, man, listen, you can go follow me on the gram,
ahead.
Ask Jeff,
There you
or go
go.
to my website, askjeffrocker.com, or even my professional website, which is rockerhealth.com.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to tap in.
But check this out, man. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow us on YouTube, Crenglish Podcast Show. On Instagram and everywhere else is Crenglish Podcast. That's TikTok, that's Instagram, that's Facebook, Crenglish Podcast. You already know, subscribe. Hit that like, share it. We have episodes already there. We have shorts. Our shorts are going crazy. You'll start seeing some behind the scenes clips. We do also have our Crenglish Podcast community that we're creating. But tap in with us, man.
Join in, guys. Join in.
Subscribe.
I ain't getting no shirt yet. You got all these shirts.
You know what?
Damn.
I'm gonna make sure I get you a shirt.
Yeah.
You hear it.
I already came with it. If I
got
get
you.
it to see.
I got
Now,
you.
once this shirt come, you gotta post it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna post it.
I got you.
Make sure you
Actually, we're
post
gonna
it.
post at the BET Awards. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, tune in. Me and Crenglish and Dr. Jeff will be in BET Awards.
You already know.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Stay blessed. Be
10-4,
great.
Kevin Kev.